turn up this side.
Spot? Okay.
Hi, you're getting a little near mom.
Great. Pardon me, we're with them.
I switched over to this. just a like kind of. So if you walk smooth, walk like you look tight. I don't think so. I can hear myself on stage.
To our guests, graduates, faculty, and staff, welcome to Royce Hall. The commencement ceremony will begin in a few minutes, so please take your seats and silence your cell phones at this time. As a matter of public safety, the Fire Marshal requests that you remain seated during the entire ceremony. The ceremony is being professionally photographed and filmed, but you are welcome to use your cameras as long as you remain seated. Please be courteous and do not block the view of others. After the commencement ceremony, we ask that you remain in your seats until the official party, faculty, and graduates have recessed from Royce Hall. We thank you for your cooperation. please allow us to present the graduates. the official party and faculty. Please note that interruptions to the ceremony proceedings will not be permitted. At UCLA and the Fielding School, we respect and hold freedom of speech and expression as intrinsic to the values of our campus environment, as well as those of higher education. We recognize and value the rights of individuals to express their feelings, but the university will not permit a response or protest that is so disruptive that it effectively silences our speakers. Now, on to our ceremony. Everyone, please stand for the playing of the national anthem. Please be seated. Please welcome the Interim Dean of the UCLA Fielding School of Public Health, Ron Brookmeyer, who will preside over today's ceremony.
Welcome to the 2019 Commencement Ceremony for the UCLA Fielding School of Public Health. For a dean, today is perhaps the most gratifying day in the school year. What an honor to be with you on such a momentous occasion, the celebration of a milestone in the lives of our graduates. Today, we will graduate 176 master's degree students and 52 doctoral students. Many of you have overcome obstacles to get here. You will undoubtedly face challenges in the years that lie ahead. But I am confident that this great accomplishment of yours today is just one of so many more you will achieve. Now, our graduates are critical participants in today's ceremonies. But there are some other absolutely crucial participants I want to recognize. We are thrilled to have the families and friends of our graduating class with us today. You have provided emotional, moral, and sometimes financial support to our graduates throughout their journeys. If you are a parent, grandparent, spouse, partner, child, sibling, loved one, or friend of a graduate here today, will you please stand to be recognized? And I want to acknowledge our faculty and staff who are with us today. Thank you for never losing focus of what's most important at our school, our students. Will our faculty and staff please stand to be recognized? To our soon-to-be graduates, know that your family, friends, faculty, and colleagues, we believe in you. We believe in your ability to effect positive change, to make a difference. Public health is a profession for those who want to have an impact. It is a field for people who care about the world, who want to see families and communities thrive, and for all persons to have a shot at leading healthy and happy lives. Public health is the ultimate team sport. It's about working together as a team with colleagues who are experts in fields like community health, epidemiology, biostatistics, environmental health, and health policy and health management. It is about working together across disciplines to find solutions, sharing what we learn, putting those solutions into practice, and making a difference, a real positive and lasting change. Whether it's addressing the recent measles outbreak, the ongoing opioid epidemic, preventing obesity or cancer, working to make the air we breathe cleaner and the water we drink safer, developing solutions to make healthcare more affordable, working with communities to help the frail, the aged, and vulnerable populations, or helping ensure that all children have an opportunity to lead healthy and happy lives regardless of their zip code. When I think about these and many other public health challenges we face today, what I know for sure is that the solutions are going to take teamwork. I've already seen teams of our graduates address the needs of our UCLA campus community with great success. Our students developed a full 7 days of engaging programming during National Public Health Week, have contributed to our Healthy Campus initiative, and our student groups have done incredible work to address mental health, reproductive health, nutrition, and so many other issues. You have already had an impact. This is just the beginning. You will achieve so much more. Now, progress isn't always linear. It's a fact of life that sometimes we stumble. But I believe to my very core that because of the 228 well-prepared fielding school optimists that will walk across the stage today, our world is going to be a much better place. You've spent years preparing for this day, and you are ready. You have each other and the support of the nearly 2,000 people here tonight. And you will join the 10,000 plus other alumni of the UCLA Fielding School of Public Health. You will forever remain part of our strong Fielding School family. We are here to support each other. I look forward to seeing the remarkable work I know you will do. My sincerest congratulations to each of you. Now, it is my great pleasure to introduce this year's UCLA Fielding School of Public Health Keynote Commencement speaker, Mr. Bernard J. Tyson. Mr. Tyson, who is the chairman and CEO of Kaiser Permanente, has been named one of the most influential people in healthcare for each of the last 5 years by Modern Healthcare. Fast Company placed Mr. Tyson on its list of most creative people, and Time magazine recently named him one of the 100 most influential people. At the helm of one of America's leading healthcare providers, which serves more than 12 million people, Mr. Tyson is advocating for public health, preventing disease, promoting health, and addressing healthcare disparities. And remember when I said public health is a team sport? Mr. Tyson is leading a team at Kaiser that is making a difference. A team he enjoys collaborating with because he's been working there for the last 34 years and has held the position of CEO since 2013. I could not be more delighted to have him here with us today. Please join me in welcoming this year's UCLA Fielding School of Public Health Keynote Commencement speaker, Mr. Bernard J. Tyson.
Thank you very much for such a kind introduction, and good afternoon to everyone. I'm testing my voice, and I apologize if I sound a little bit raspy and sexy. I was at the Warriors game last night, and to you LA Lakers fan and Clipper fans, I know you're like, don't waste our time talking about the Warriors. But Kaiser Permanente happens to be a presenting sponsor of the Warriors. And when I went to the game last night, nowhere in my repertoire did I have a scenario that we would lose. So down to the last 9 seconds, I was still yelling, here it goes, we're gonna win. And you know the rest of the story. And so I recovered with my throat on last night to be with you today. It's a complete honor to be here, to talk to this class, to, in a few minutes, present an argument to you of why you're so important to this country and to this world, and to challenge you to think about when you leave here the difference that you're going to make for this country and for this world. I stand here honored and privileged to just spend a few minutes with you. I'm honored every day that I get to walk into Kaiser Permanente, an incredible organization with incredible people simply trying to do incredible things to help others. Kaiser Permanente is now trying to figure out how to deal with homelessness. And I had the privilege of going into an encampment to learn firsthand what that feels like. We're trying to deal with preventing suicide. I had the honor of having 6 to 8 families to come and meet with me, all who suffered suicide of a loved one, son or daughter, in their lives. For them to tell me about their loved ones and to tell me about what worked and didn't work and how to help, hopefully to prevent suicide in this country and in this world. People are suffering with problems that no single individual, single organization, single country can solve. It requires all hands on deck. I just want to start with, I had the privilege several weeks ago to be in Atlanta for my son, my middle son, who graduated from Morehouse College. And it took him a little extra time to graduate. Smart young man, but wandered into other classes that didn't count as credit for graduation. Everything. And as I sat there as a proud parent, as I look at many proud parents today, I sat there and I began to think, you know, actually, that's my degree. I paid for that degree. I prayed for that degree. I should go get that degree. So to all the proud parents and loved ones and the audience that makes the village that help each one of the students, first, congratulations to you, because your work, hard as it was, you will reap the benefits from the students that we're all privileged to take a look at. Yes. And then finally, to the students, congratulations for a job well done. And then I want to see a show of hands of everyone in this audience who is a Kaiser Permanente member. Thank you so much. You need anything while I'm here, you tell me, and we will make it happen for you. So today marks the beginning of the rest of your lives. You chose this path because you all believe in social justice and the basic human rights to a healthy life. You made a commitment to work, to eliminate inequity, and the injustices that impact the health and dignity of all people. You made a pact to engage and transform the communities we all care about, lead innovation, and to make transformative impact on the health of populations locally and globally. So I say to you today, never are the opportunities greater than right now for you individually and collectively to follow through on the promises you've made. To all those who are counting on you, whether they know it or not. You've joined an elite group, a purpose-driven group. Not just because you're graduating from this esteemed school in which it is, but because you've joined the group of the smartest, best of the best, most creative people working on some of the most important problems of our time. You have chosen to answer the call, and you should be very proud and humbled by this. So as these opportunities are greater than ever before, I encourage you to take full advantage out of life and take every chance you get to make a difference. And here's the commitment in making a difference that I ask of you. As the late President Kennedy once said, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. So today I ask, which country, which America will you want to build and be a part of beyond your individual and family success? I know you all want to do right, you want to do good, you want to serve the communities and broader society, and I know you all want to prosper. You want a good job, you want to do good work, you own your companies, climb the ladder of success, and seize the opportunities that will come your way and the ones that you will make happen. But in doing that, it's important that you build along the way. Someone once said, we're going to make America great again. When that was said, some said, yes, let's go back to where we were. Many others wondered, which America are you talking about? So I ask you today, which America will you commit to build? The America where people fight every day to get paid a living wage? Today, millions of working people struggle to cover the cost of housing, food, health care, and other basic necessities. And nearly 1/3 of the U.S. families are classified as working poor, with African Americans, Latino, and Native Americans working families make up 58% of the working poor. Or the America where everyone has an equal opportunity to a living wage and beyond. The America where we endure senseless mass shootings after senseless mass shootings. And we answer by starting the conversation about gun control. The U.S. averaged at least one deadly mass shooting a month last year. All told, there were at least 20 shootings in 2018. Or the America where the freedom of having a gun comes with the responsibility of making sure you should have a gun. The America, a country amongst the richest of nations who has people living on its streets and don't have a place to call home. Or the America in which we all agree that no citizen would call the streets of America their home. So to you graduates, I ask, that you go on your mission to build the America that is best described in our Pledge of Allegiance, the America with liberty and justice for all. The America you hope to make better, the America that is healthy, the America where you will not be a bystander to poverty, lack of jobs, and health care. The America where you will not be a bystander to sexism, violence, discrimination, and racism. The America where you can stand up and speak truth to power, no matter the consequences. The America where you can demand change and find solutions so our communities and everyone can prosper. The America where everyone feels they have a good chance to achieve the America dream. Now is your time, and it's time to act. Do not hide from this responsibility. Welcome it. The knowledge, drive, belief, and commitment you all have will light the flame for those in the dark and ultimately better our country and our world. So I say to you today, don't ask for permission to help improve the lives of the people and communities you've pledged to serve. Instead, march through the doors of red tape, make bold moves, and usher in access for your communities to be served. Everyone should have the same opportunity for good health. Disparities of care and the inequity of the healthcare system in our country, where people are not getting equal and equitable access to care, is unacceptable, period. Building what you want starts with changing what you have. Recognize that you are the change you seek. You are the great agents of change in our America. When you look at these forces, remember you can adapt to them, you can embrace them, you can respond to them in ways that will better your life and better the life of our country. You cannot ignore them. You cannot fight them. What you can do is adopt and build the America you want it to be. And I know when you move through life, living your truth and through the model of service, you too will be all right. So as you look to build, I ask that you go forth and serve for the betterment of our society. Serve first yourself, honor your calling, and do what you are supposed to do. Honor your Creator, your family, your ancestors. And when you walk this path of privilege, don't forget to uplift and bring your communities right along with you. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness requires total health. And that includes equal access to high-quality health care for all, a livable wage, a roof over your head, and policy beyond conversation. It's the right principle. And today, which America will you make great? I dedicate this speech to you and to an individual named Willie Howard of Florida. During my trip to Atlanta, my wife and I took a side trip to Alabama, in which we went to the new museum. As I walked through the museum, mesmerized by the thousands of names that I read of individuals who were lynched in this country, Willie Howard happened to be one of those names who was innocently minding his business and did something wrong by the Southern standard January 2nd, 1944, he was lynched in this great country. So when we make America great again, I implore you to make sure that we don't go back to anything like that. You can make the difference. And I dedicate that to Willie in his honor for what he sacrificed in this country. And I ask you to go out and make a difference. You can and you will touch many lives. And together, we will make this America and this world great. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tyson, for those inspiring words and for being here with us today. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce the co-presidents of our Public Health Student Association. Please join me in welcoming Ivan Barragan and Mark Alsay.
Thank you, Dean Brookmeyer. Good evening. My name is Mark Alsay, and it's my pleasure to present the 2019 Faculty Teaching Award. Graduating students were given the opportunity to nominate a faculty member who has had a significant impact on them during their time here. Tonight's awardee has been described as a dedicated professor, mentor, and friend who has helped students through some of the most unbearable times in graduate school. This professor has also been described as a ray of sunshine whose commitment to training students to become scholar activists is an invaluable asset to our school. Tonight's awardee is none other than Dr. Chandra Ford.
Congratulations again, Dr. Ford. Good evening, everyone. Thank you. I am Iban. This year we asked our fellow graduate students to submit entries for a Fielding School student pledge. This pledge is meant to inspire and challenge us as graduate students and as soon-to-be public health professionals as we prepare to be change makers in this world. We ask that submissions reflect the mission and the values that our time at this university and our School of Public Health have taught us. It is my privilege to present this year's Fielding School Student Pledge, written by Cristina Valadez in the Department of Environmental Health Sciences. Thank you, Cristina, wherever you are. Please note that the pledge can be found on the last page of your commencement program if you'd like to follow along. But I ask my fellow graduates, if able and willing, to please stand as I recite this pledge. We are graduating into a world with growing unrest, violence, and a loss of discourse. We as public health practitioners should not shy away from the difficult conversations. We cannot hope to address prevention without acknowledging the interconnected systems and policies that have led to the isolation and disempowerment of vulnerable populations. We must examine whether we are actually changing these systems to be more equitable or simply maintaining the status quo. We have had the privilege of attending an exceptional academic institution. We should now strive to put at the center of our work the voices of those most vulnerable. We should strive to empower communities, to place people over profits, to understand that our Earth is not a place of infinite resources. We must strive to create inclusive environments that honor our diversity. As the future continues to be uncertain, as we face unknown crises, we leave this university with the tools and experiences to be brave in raising our voices, in questioning the status quo, in breaking down silos, and building diverse, impactful, and just coalitions. Class of 2019, this is our pledge. I'd like to welcome Dr. Brookmeyer back on stage. Congratulations again to us, the class of 2019.
Thank you, Yvonne and Mark, for your leadership of the Public Health Student Association and service to our school. And Dr. Ford, I'm inspired by your dedication to teaching and your tireless commitment to our students and our school. Thank you for all you do. We will now begin the conferring of degrees. Now, you may have noticed that the hoods of the faculty and graduates are a variety of colors. The color represents the different degrees. Salmon for our Master of Public Health and Doctor of Public Health degrees. Blue for the Master of Science and Doctor of Philosophy. Additionally, you may see purple for a law degree and green for a medical degree. Some students are also wearing blue and gold, first-generation cords, to signify that they are the first members of their immediate family to earn both an undergraduate degree as well as the graduate degree they will receive today. We will begin with our students who have earned the Master of Public Health degree and Master of Science degree. Associate Dean for Academic Programs, Yifang Zhu, and Assistant Dean of Student Affairs, Elizabeth Izquierdo, will read the names of the graduates.
Thank you, Dean Brookmeyer. Good evening. I'm Yifang Zhu, Associate Dean for Academic Programs. We will now recognize master's degree recipients by department. Professor Stutu Banerjee, Chair of the Department of Biostatistics, I invite you to come forward. Joanna Bowland. Nan Chen. Xuan Gao. Theron Goi Tom. 惠玉湖、卢米黄、山鹏里、Brian 林、兰迪罗、Adam Northrup、Chad Pickering、Mitchell Shaps、Derek Shen、子妍颂、夸川、丹阳王、柯照。Thank you, Professor Banerjee. Dr. Izquierdo.
Thank you, Dr. Zhu. Good evening. I'm Assistant Dean Liz Izquierdo, Student Affairs. At this time, I would like to invite Professor Mike Prelip to join Dean Brookmeyer. Dr. Prelip is Chair of the Department of Community Health Sciences. Yes, that's you. That's me. Okay. All right, our first one. Suzette Aguirre. Whitney Nuaku Akabuki. Let me get my glasses real quick. As we get older, we need glasses in this. Thank you. Ida Tena Alayumoyo. Jennifer Archuleta. Lauren Elizabeth McNulty Bedell. Reina Denise Michelle Black. Ladalee Blandino. Holly Calhoun. Holly Francesca Cameron. Angela Heijin Cho. Kimberly Claire. Emily Cornell. Cynthia De Leon. Karen Diaz. Lou Paulette Salcedo Din. Kendall Dunlap Korsness. Caitlin Faro. Julia Fagelman. Seth Freeman. Esther Gao. Maciel Gonzalez. Alexandra Goodyear. Alexandra Hannell. Kyra Amber Wete. James Nguyen. Samantha Wong. Jeffrey Jacobs. Marufa Kandakar. Bridget Lerman. Malia Lore. Naomi Louie. Meher Maju. Leah McConnell. Brian McKinnery. Enya Ming. Melanie Potter. Stephanie Perdot. Allison Proud. Marina Quintanilla. Naomi Rivera. Kyle Patrick Ryan. Hakia Sadia. Parker Sexton. Adam Shahar. Sukuru Takahashi. Artemisia Valeri. Alexia Vartanian. Jade Amargo Vertiflor. Carrie Walovich. Marissa Watkins. Zoe Womack. Lois Yoon. Latihera Zachary. Thank you, Dr. Prelep. I now ask that Professor Shira Shafir, Director of the Masters of Public Health for Health Professionals in the Specialization of Community Health Sciences, please come forward. Garrett Barr. Jacqueline Chavida. Hannah Fernald. Linda Flores Diaz. Sierra Lewis. Melanie Mason. Dr. Michael Simmons. Christine Jeanette Leva Sims. Lacey Denise Wood. Angelica Tiffany Zeno. You're welcome. Thank you, Professor Shafir. Dr. Zhu.
Now, Environmental Health Science Department Chair, Dr. Jack Merritt, please come forward. Jihi Joanna Ong. Natalie Aquino. Haigop Jock Arusha. Aiden Axride. Vincia Galpi Blackman. Kaylee Breeza. Rebecca Furman. Xue Yao Gao. Catherine Gibson. Lamar Hayes. Nadia Ho. Brian Xiao. Ruth Huang. Yiting Huang. Congratulations. Sitao Jia. Heran Li. Xingmei Sherry Liu. Congratulations. Muchuan Niu. Renita Spriggs. Christina Valadez. Kai Yi Wang. Fan Yu Zhang. Thank you, Dr. Jarrett. Professor Karen Michaels, Chair of the Department of Epidemiology, please come forward. Leanne Allered. Ryan Asaf. Nancy Chen. Xiaoqing Zhou. John Donahue. Mikala Evans. Maxwell Green. Chase Israel. Jessica Monique Hara. Sandra Martinez. Taylor Mobley. Jessica Osirel. Linda Fan. Jennifer Pitt. Sarah Reyes. Celeste Romano. Virginia Vela Sampaio. Chu Chu Thin. Xin Zuo Wang. Tong Xia. Ariane Yang Vance. Thank you, Dr. Michaels. Dr. Izquierdo.
Thank you, Dr. Zhu. I'd like to invite Professor Jack Needleman, Chair of the Department of Health Policy and Management, to please come forward. Ivan Barragan. Gabriel Edwards. Gabrielle Hans. Ray Henry. Madison Hofstetter. Redima Iyer. Seth Lake. Tiffany Lee. Alexandra Lizarga. Harmeet Mon. Michael Miano. Alfonso Molina. Stara Patel. Nicole Pereira. Sofia Porter Castro. Weishi Ron. Janelle Sechrist. Sarah Sprague. Deborah Wu. Arshia Yadav. Corinne Zales. Thank you, Professor Needleman. Professor Leah Vriesman, Program Director of the Executive Masters of Public Health in the Specialization of Health Policy and Management. Kelechi Ayanobi. Shamta Shabra. Leon Cristobal. David Crowley Delgado. Wait a few seconds. Juana Lilia Devora. Harleen Gill. Congrats. Mark Jackson. We'll wait a little. Denise Johnson. Oh, wait 1 second. Maritza Johnson. Yael Kessler. So In Kim. Smriti Kurbanadan. Erlinda Laska. Angelica Lewis. John Anthony Madrigal. Years later. Well, wait a second. Hans Milan. Jacqueline Hong. Rebecca Pan. Udari Pereira. Monica Velasco. Niraj Wadwa. Stephanie Wally. Kyle Wright. Kurt Zimmer. Thank you, Dr. Vriesman. Back to you, Dean Brookmeyer.
This concludes the presentation of our master's candidates. Will the candidates for the degrees of Master of Public Health and Master of Science, class of 2019, please rise? By the power vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I bestow upon you the degree of Master of Public Health or Master of Science with all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations. Great. We will now recognize doctoral degree recipients by department. Department chairs and directors will read the name of each doctoral degree recipient, their dissertation title, and name of their advisor. Professor Sudipto Banerjee, Chair of the Department of Biostatistics, will announce doctoral recipients for the department.
Okay, good evening. First of all, I guess I'm standing in the right place. And so now, if I have solved that problem, let's continue to celebrate the more challenging problems our students have solved. So, here goes. Nada Abdallah, the dissertation title is Parametric and Non-Parametric Bayesian Modeling of Spatiotemporal Exposure Data in Industrial Hygiene. Biostatistics has the most fancy titles. The moment you hear them, you know the impact these folks are going to make out in this big world. And, yep. And I happen to be the dissertation advisor, so it's my honor to hoot her, so I'll... Come, let's go there. Martiniano. All right. Well, Martiniano Jose Flores. Title is Multivariate Spatial Modeling of HIV Risk. Chair is Robert E. Weiss. Congratulations, Dr. Flores. Eric Kawaguchi, Scalable Methods for Big Time-to-Event Data. Chair is Professor Gong Li, but Gong is not present here, so he's being hooted by his committee member, Professor Mark Suchard. Congratulations, Dr. Kawaguchi. Aaron Scheffler, Modeling Region-Referenced Longitudinal Functional Electroencephalography Data. The chair is Professor Damla Senchuk, who's hooting Aaron. Congratulations, Dr. Scheffler. Yu Shi, using particle swarm optimization to find efficient designs for mixed effects models with sparse grid and predict progression of idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis using baseline high-resolution computed tomographic scans with random forest. That's being hooted by her co-chairs, Professor Wenki Wong and Professor Grace Yoon-jung Kim. That was almost her abstract. Priscilla Kimberly Yen, evaluation of clinical trial design quality using desirability functions. She's being chaired by Professor Wenki Wong. Congratulations, Dr. Yen. That's it, I think. I think Ron said. Okay. So congratulations to all of the biostatistics graduates. And now I hand over to Ron for announcing the next department. Oh, Mike. Okay, it's my pleasure to introduce my distinguished colleague, Professor Mike Prilip, Chair and Professor of Community Health Sciences.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to be here. Our first candidate is Rachel Adams, and the title of her dissertation, Disabilities and Disasters, How Social, Cognitive, and Community Factors Influence Preparedness Among People with Disabilities. She's being hooded by her advisor, Professor Deborah Glick. Next is Catherine Branson. The title of her dissertation, The Impact of City Bans on Medical Marijuana Dispensaries on Marijuana Use Among High School Students in Los Angeles County, California. She's being hooded also by Professor Deborah Glick. Okay. Congratulations, Dr. Adams and Dr. Branson. Sorry about that, Rachel. Okay. Our next candidate is Paul Chandanabhuma. I almost got Chandanabhuma. And his title of his dissertation is Toward an Inclusive Vision of Health, a mixed method study of the influence of group diversity on the processes and achievements of community-based participatory research participations. She's being hooded by his advisor, Professor Chandra Ford. Congratulations, Dr. Chandanabhuma. Okay, thank you. Our next student is Emily Chang, and the title of her dissertation, Beyond the Freshman 15, Exploring the Contextual, Psychosocial, and Behavioral Risk Protective Factors Associated with Obesity Among U.S. College Students. She is being hooded by her co-chairs, Professor Don Mariski and Professor Courtney Thomas. Congratulations, Professor Chang. I'm sorry, Dr. Chang. Sorry, I promoted you. Dr. Chang. This is an incredibly high-pressure job, just so you know. Okay. Our next student is Helene Chakran-Gono. The title of her dissertation is How Are Motives of Marijuana Use Associated with Symptoms of Depression, Symptoms of Anxiety, and Overall Psychological Distress in Young Adults of Los Angeles? She's being chaired by her advisor, Professor Gil G. Congratulations, Dr. Garneau. Next is Lindsay Duplessis. The title of her dissertation, Pathways Linking Trauma and Delinquency Among Black Young Adults. She's being hooded by her advisor, Professor Courtney Thomas. Congratulations, Dr. Duplessis. Next is Danielle Dupuy. The title... The title of her dissertation, The Impact of Youth Incarceration on Violent Crime and Behavior, an examination of youth arrests, incarceration, and recidivism by race among male youth in Los Angeles, California. She's being hooded by her chair, Professor Courtney Thomas. Congratulations, Dr. Dupuy. Our next student, Monique Gill. The title of her dissertation, Leveraging Schools to Promote Health, a mixed method study of early adolescent health behaviors and the middle school health environment. And she's going to be hooded by me. Congratulations, Dr. Gill. Evan Kruger, the title of his dissertation, Sexual Orientation and Health Disparities, Understanding Group Differences in Mental Health, Resilience, and Substance Abuse. He is being hooded by his co-chairs, Professor Don Upchurch and Professor Dawn Muriski. Congratulations, Dr. Kruger. Our next student is Chow Win Lan. The title of her dissertation, HIV-related stigma, social support, and access to care among people living with HIV in rural Anhui Province, China. She's being chaired by her advisor, Professor Chandra Ford. Congratulations, Dr. Lan. Our next student, Stephanie Lee, the title of her dissertation is Child Stunting in Madagascar and Zambia, an examination of maternal and child characteristics, household water sanitation, and armed conflict exposures. She's being hooded by her advisor, Professor Undine von Ehrenstein. Congratulations, Dr. Lee. Next is Subhashri Narasimhan. The title of her dissertation is Uncertain Futures, an examination of intimate partner violence and contraceptive use in Kenya. Her advisor, Professor Pebley, cannot be here tonight, so she's being hooded by committee member, Professor Jessica Gibson. Congratulations, Dr. Narasimhan. And that's all of our doctoral degrees today. So now I have the pleasure to introduce Professor Michael Jarrett, the Chair of Environmental Health Sciences.
Thank you, Mike. Teni Adewami Gunn. Her chair is Wendy Robbins. And the title of her dissertation is Salon Safety, Community Engaged Approaches to Workplace Safety Interventions, and she's being chaired by Dr. Robbins. Congratulations, Dr. Adewami Gunn. Evelyn Natalia Alvarez. The title of her dissertation is The Hospital as Environment, Assessing and Improving the Efficacy and Impacts of Interventions Designed to Reduce Hospital-Acquired Infections. Co-chairs, Drs. Hilary Godwin and Richard Jackson, could not be here, so I will be hooding. Michelle Romero Franco, also co-chaired by Drs. Godwin and, in this case, Timley Malloy. The title is Development of an Integrated Framework to Assess the Environmental Impacts of Engineered Nanomaterials, and I will be hooding Dr. Franco. Yan Lin, whose dissertation is entitled Exposure to Polycyclic Aromatic Hydrocarbons and Early Cardiovascular Effects. He will be hooded by his co-chairs, Dr. Yifeng Zhu and Jesus Araujo. Tamana Raman, the title of her dissertation is The Local Health Department Role in the California Climate Investments, an opportunity to integrate public health sector engagement and local climate action initiatives to advance environmental health equity. And her dissertation was chaired by Drs. Hilary Godwin and Richard Jackson, so I will be hooding her. It's now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Oliver Hankinson, who's chair of the Molecular Toxicology Interdisciplinary Graduate Program.
So our first doctoral student to obtain the PhD is May Betratortana, and her chair is Dr. Jesus Araujo, and the title of her thesis is Studies on the Role of Macrophages in the Toxicity Induced by Diesel Exhaust Particles and on Cardiovascular Effects Triggered by Electronic Cigarettes. And our second candidate is Yicheng Chen. His chair was Dr. Patrick Allard, and the title of his dissertation is Assessing the Safety of Bisphenol A, its Substitutes, and Associated Detoxification Methods using the Alternative Animal Model C. elegans. Dr. Allard could not be here, so I will be hooding Dr. Chen. Congratulations, Dr. Chen. Third candidate for the PhD is Jessica Camacho Diaz. Her chair was also Dr. Patrick Allard, and the title of her thesis is Mechanisms of Transgenerational Inheritance of Reproductive Dysfunction Stemming from Environmental BPA Exposure in C. elegans. Dr. Allard could not be here, so I will be hooding Dr. Camacho Diaz. Congratulations, Dr. Camacho Diaz. And now I'd like to introduce the Chair of Epidemiology, Dr. Karen Michaels, who will be presenting the PhDs in epidemiology.
Good evening, graduates, parents, fans. We are approaching the undoubted highlight of the evening, the hooding of the new PhDs in what is by far the most important science of public health, epidemiology. And pay close attention. Pay close attention. The topics of our thesis are the most sexy in the entire school. Okay, on that note, our first student is Arana Amun, and the title of her thesis is Methodologic Issues in the Studies of Childhood Leukemia and Overhead Power Lines. The hooding will be performed by Professor Ara, who is the chair of her thesis committee. Congratulations, Dr. Amun. Our next student is Yusu Bek. The title of her thesis is Population-Level Impact of Antiretroviral Therapy and Mixed Strain of Mycobacterium tuberculosis Infection on Tuberculosis Transmission. Professor Remoyne will assist with the hooding. Our next student is Paul Brendel. His dissertation topic is Applications of Multi-Bias Analysis in Studies of the Association between Parkinson's Disease and Cancer. Professor Ara will assist with the hooding. Hi. Our next student is Jan Ami Chai. The topic of her thesis is Impact of Paid Maternity Leave Policy on Breastfeeding Practices and Bloody Diarrhea in Children under age of 5, Longitudinal Evidence from Low-Income and Middle-Income Countries. Professor Hyman will assist with the hooding. Our next student is Christy Clark. Her dissertation topic is Sexual Orientation Differences in Distal and Proximal Risk Factors of Suicide. Professor Cochran will assist with the hooding. Our next student is Ryan Cook. His dissertation title is The Effects of HIV, Obesity, Methamphetamine Use on the Gastrointestinal Microbiome of Young Men Who Have Sex with Men. Professor Gorbach will assist with the hooding. Our next student is Matthew Feaster. The dissertation title is Work Stress, Blood Pressure, and Information Bias, Assessing the Role of Work Stress on Ambulatory and Resting Blood Pressure. Professor Ara is assisting with the hooding. Our next student is Adva Gudoti. Her dissertation title is Helminth Infection and Treatment Among Pregnant Women in the Democratic Republic of Congo, an examination of associated risk factors, comorbidities, and birth outcomes. Professor Remoyne is assisting with the hooding. Our next student is Brian Huang. His dissertation title is Immune Dysregulation and Pancreatic Cancer, Overactivity, Inflammation, and Epigenetic Modifications of Immune Function. Professor Binder is assisting with the hooding. Our next student is Vahe Kachudorian. His thesis title is Effects of Earthquake-Related Losses and Post-Earthquake Events on Morbidity and Mortality, Causal Mediation Analysis of the Prospective Cohort Data of the 1988 Earthquake Survivors in Armenia. Professor Armenian and Professor Ara are assisting with the hooding. Our next student is Cynthia Kusters. Her thesis title is Genetic Risk Factors for Dyskinesia and Hallucinations Among Parkinson's Disease Patients. Professor Ritz is assisting with the hooding. Our next student is Siton Luo. The title of her dissertation is Barriers to Expanding HIV Testing Among Male Students Who Have Sex with Men in Chengdu, China. Professor Dietels is assisting with the hooding. Our next student, Roger, you can stay there. Our next student is Yi Wong Park. His thesis title is The Effect of Erectile Dysfunction Drug Use on the Immune System in the Multicenter AIDS Cohort Study. Professor Dietels is assisting with the hooding. Our next student is Samuel Wing. His dissertation title is The Effect of Transportation-Related Air Pollution on the HPA Axis and Adverse Birth Outcomes. Professor Ritz is assisting with the hooding. Please join me in giving a round of applause to our new doctors of epidemiology. And now it is my distinct pleasure to introduce my colleague, Professor Jack Needleman from the Department of Health Policy Management, who will confer the degrees in his department.
Thank you, Karen. It is my distinct pleasure to present the candidates for doctoral degrees in the Department of Health Policy and Management. Thank you, Stephanie. Our first candidate is Stephanie Boumediene. Her chair was Beth Glenn. Her title of her dissertation was Proposed Recommendations for Organizations Providing Community Integration Services to Traumatic Brain Injury Survivors. Congratulations, Dr. Boumediene. Our next candidate is Julian Brunner. His chair was Emmeline Chung. He will be hooded by Becky Yanu, who was on his committee. The topic of his dissertation was clinical decision support, design strategies, and quality outcomes in primary care. Congratulations, Dr. Brunner. Okay. Our next candidate for the doctoral degree is Russell Burr. His co-chairs were Carol Mangione and Michael Ong. The title of his dissertation was Chronic Obstructive Pulmonary Disease and 30-Day Rehospitalizations, an analysis of the nationwide readmission database. Congratulations, Dr. Burr. Our next candidate for the degree of PhD is Christopher Childers. His chair was Susan Ettner. The topic of his dissertation was Understanding Variation of Interoperative Disposal Supply Costs in Laparoscopic Cholecystectomy. Dr. Ettner could not be here today. I will assist in your hooding. Our next candidate for the degree of PhD is Courtney Coles. Her committee was chaired by Susan Ettner, and the title of her dissertation was The Effect of Employee Assistance Programs on Behavioral Healthcare Utilization, the Role of Race and Ethnicity. Congratulations, Dr. Coles. And our next candidate is Michelle Keller. Her committee was co-chaired by myself and Mary Sue Heilerman of the School of Nursing. The topic of her dissertation was Understanding Clinician Decision-Making around Opioid Prescribing. Congratulations, Dr. Keller. Our next candidate is Raluca Kurz. I also had the pleasure of chairing her committee. The topic of her dissertation was the uptake of BRCA gene testing and downstream healthcare utilization. And I will assist in hooding. Congratulations, Dr. Kurtz. The next candidate for the degree is Celine Mack. I also had the pleasure of chairing her committee. The topic of Celine's dissertation is Mobile Health Technology Use in Vulnerable Populations. Congratulations, Dr. Mack. The next candidate from the Department of Health Policy and Management for the degree of PhD is Narissa Nanzi. Rashan Bastani was her chair. Beth Glenn from her committee will assist in hooding. The topic of her dissertation was primary and secondary prevention of cervical cancer among ethnically diverse and low-income populations. Congratulations, Dr. Nanzi. Next candidate from our department is Andrea Sorensen. Her chair was Carol Mangione. Topic of her dissertation was an evaluation of the impact of clinical pharmacists on care transitions in a non-integrated healthcare system. Congratulations, Dr. Sorensen. Our next candidate for the degree of the PhD is Linda D.M. Tran. Her chair was Ninez Ponce. The topic of her dissertation was the impact of gentrification on adult mental health, and I will assist in her hooding. I can't argue with that. Congratulations, Dr. Linda. Congratulations, Dr. Tran. The final candidate for the degree of PhD from our department is Joseph Viana. Ninez Ponce was his chair. I will assist in his hooding. The topic of his dissertation was self-reported legal status in the California Health Interview Survey, an evaluation of data quality and application towards adolescent mental health. Congratulations, Dr. Viana. Dean Brookmeyer, I have the pleasure of presenting the candidates for the doctoral degrees in public health and the PhD from this year's class to you for the conferring of degrees.
This concludes the presentation of our doctoral candidates. Will the candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy, class of 2019, please rise? By the power vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I bestow upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations. Congratulations to all of the UCLA Fielding School of Public Health's new degree holders. Your work and life may take you to unexpected places, but know that the Fielding School will always be your home. Thank you to all of the family members, friends, faculty, and staff for being here and for your support of our graduates along the way. We invite everyone to join us for a reception immediately following our ceremony, held right outside in front of Royce Hall. We do ask that you please allow the graduates and official party to first depart the auditorium. Thank you again to all, and congratulations, class of 2019.